Warning: important information. All video stories presented here are created solely for informational purposes. The content within these videos is intended to inform and educate viewers. Please be aware that the information provided may not be exhaustive or up-to-date. It is essential to verify any critical information from reliable sources. The creators of these videos are not responsible for any actions taken based on the content herein. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to our channel, where books come alive on screen. Get ready for 5-chapter wonders that inform, captivate, and spark your imagination. Join us in this literary journey where every chapter is an adventure. Angels Unveiled, A Complete History, by Just Stories. Chapter 1, Birth of the Brotherhood. In the post-World War II era, America was undergoing a transformation. The spirit of rebellion and freedom that had fueled the war effort was still alive and well, but it was looking for a new cause. This was the fertile ground on which the seeds of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club were sown. In this chapter, we will journey back to those formative years and witness the birth of a brotherhood like no other. The year was 1948, and the landscape was a restless one. Returning veterans sought excitement and adventure in a world that was rapidly changing. Motorcycles, often war surplus, became a symbol of freedom and the open road. Among these early riders were the founding members of what would later become the Hells Angels. Picture a group of young men, clad in leather jackets adorned with patches, gathering around the powerful machines that would become their lifeblood. Their passion for riding and their disdain for conformity united them. But what set them apart was their unwavering commitment to brotherhood. The name Hells Angels was first used by the club's founders, the Bishop family, in homage to a squadron from the Flying Tigers, an American volunteer group that had fought alongside the Chinese against the Japanese in World War II. This name, with its aura of defiance and the unknown, would become the moniker for their brotherhood. As the club grew, it attracted like-minded individuals who shared their love for the open road and their disdain for societal norms. The early Hells Angels were the embodiment of rebellion, and they took it to the extreme, rejecting authority and living by their own rules. They were the outlaws of a changing America, and they reveled in it. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club was officially founded in 1948 in Fontana, California, by a small group of bikers who had a deep passion for motorcycles and a desire to live life on their own terms. They adopted the now iconic emblem of the winged skull with a helmet, symbolizing their defiance in the face of danger. As the years passed, the club expanded beyond California, reaching into other states and even other countries. This brotherhood, bound by a love for riding and a commitment to one another, was on its way to becoming a legendary institution. The birth of the Hells Angels was a spark in the dark, post-war landscape of America. It was a symbol of rebellion, freedom, and brotherhood, a spark that would ignite a fire that would burn for decades to come. But as we journey through the pages of this book, we'll come to understand that this fire would not always burn brightly. It would often be fueled by controversy, conflict, and confrontation. The story of the Hells Angels is not just about the birth of a brotherhood. It's about the evolution of a legend, and we're just getting started. Chapter 2, Riding on Two Wheels of Rebellion. The roar of motorcycle engines echoed through the American landscape in the post-World War II era, serving as the anthem of freedom for those who had fought in the war and returned to a world in transformation. In this chapter, we dive deeper into the heart of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, exploring their early years and their rapid growth, all while riding on two wheels of rebellion. The late 1940s and early 1950s saw the Hells Angels blossoming into a full-fledged motorcycle club. They weren't just a group of riders, they were a brotherhood bound by a shared passion for motorcycles, a love for the open road, and a burning desire to reject the conformity of the era. The distinctive emblem of the Hells Angels, with its skull and wings, became a symbol of rebellion and freedom, an emblem that would inspire both admiration and fear. Imagine a time when America was changing, and the Hells Angels were at the forefront of this transformation. They rode their Harley-Davidsons and Indian motorcycles with an air of defiance, challenging the status quo at every turn. They were the embodiment of the counterculture, and they reveled in their role as the outlaws of society. One of the defining moments of the Hells Angels' rebellious spirit was their involvement in the Hollister riot of 1947. It was a small town in California that played host to a motorcycle rally that went awry. The media sensationalized the event, portraying it as a wild and lawless gathering, which only added to the Hells Angels' mystique. This chapter takes you through the Hollister riot and its aftermath, shedding light on the club's role and the media's portrayal. It was a pivotal moment that cemented the Hells Angels' reputation as rebels, and it would become a lasting part of their lore. As the Hells Angels continued to grow, they attracted more members who shared their love for motorcycles, the open road, and the rebel lifestyle. The club's chapters expanded beyond California, reaching into other states and even crossing international borders. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club was no longer just a club, it was a cultural phenomenon. They were the ultimate rebels, and their iconic emblem became a symbol of defiance that transcended the boundaries of the motorcycle world. The chapter on riding on two wheels of rebellion has taken us on a journey through the Hells Angels' formative years. We've witnessed their transformation from a small group of motorcycle enthusiasts into a global brotherhood known for its fierce individualism and rejection of societal norms. But this was only the beginning. As we turn the pages of this book, we'll delve deeper into the world of the Hells Angels, uncovering their notorious feuds, their internal dynamics, and the impact they've had on the world around them. The story of the Hells Angels is one of rebellion and resilience, and there's much more to explore. Chapter 3: Tales from the Trenches, Notorious Feuds and Rivalries. In the world of outlaw motorcycle clubs, conflicts and rivalries are as much a part of the landscape as roaring engines and leather jackets. In this chapter, we'll dive headfirst into the tumultuous world of the Hells Angels and their notorious feuds and rivalries. These are the tales from the trenches, where loyalty and vendettas intertwine in a high-stakes, two-wheeled drama. The Hells Angels were no strangers to confrontation, and their rebellious spirit often brought them into conflict with both law enforcement and rival motorcycle clubs. One of the most infamous feuds in the club's history was the ongoing battle with the Outlaws Motorcycle Club. This rivalry, fueled by territorial disputes and a clash of personalities, would leave a lasting mark on both clubs. Imagine the tension, the rumble of motorcycles, and the occasional eruption of violence as these two titans clashed on the streets and in the courts. The Hells Angels were known for their fierce loyalty to their brothers, and they defended their turf with unwavering determination. The climax of this chapter centers around the notorious biker wars that erupted in the 1990s. These brutal conflicts pitted the Hells Angels against rival clubs like the Mongols, the Banditos, and the Outlaws. It was a period of bloodshed and chaos, with bombings, assassinations, and all-out brawls becoming disturbingly common. The Hells Angels and their adversaries fought for control of drug territory, respect, and dominance. The casualties mounted, and the headlines screamed with tales of mayhem. Law enforcement agencies across the globe struggled to contain the violence, and the Hells Angels were squarely in the crosshairs of these investigations. As the biker wars raged on, law enforcement agencies cracked down on both the Hells Angels and their rivals. Many club members found themselves behind bars, and some chapters were disbanded. The violence began to subside, but the scars of the conflict remain, etching themselves into the lore of the Hells Angels. Over the years, the Hells Angels have continued to face off against rival clubs and law enforcement, but the intensity of the biker wars has never been fully replicated. The resolution of this chapter is not a neat and tidy one, it's a reminder of the ongoing challenges and conflicts that have defined the Hells Angels' journey. The tales from the trenches of feuds and rivalries are a dark but undeniable part of the Hells Angels' history. They are a testament to the club's unwavering commitment to its brothers and its willingness to defend its turf at all costs. But as we turn the page, we'll explore a different side of the Hells Angels, the brotherhood that binds them, the rituals that define them, and the code of silence that keeps their secrets. The story of the Hells Angels is one of contrasts and complexities, and there's much more to uncover as we continue our journey through their history. Chapter 4: Behind the Patch, Life Inside the Hells Angels. Beyond the iconic emblem and the roaring motorcycles lies a world shrouded in secrecy, the inner workings of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. In this chapter, we peel back the layers and offer you a rare glimpse into the life inside the club. This is a journey behind the patch, where brotherhood, loyalty, and the code of silence reign supreme. Stepping into the world of the Hells Angels means embracing a culture unlike any other. The patch, with its winged skull, carries a weight of responsibility and allegiance. Becoming a member is no simple feat. It involves a rigorous initiation process that can span months or even years. Imagine the camaraderie that forms among prospective members as they endure trials and tests of character, proving their dedication to the club. This phase, often involving acts of loyalty and trust, binds them together in a way that words cannot express. It's a crescendo of commitment, leading to the pinnacle of acceptance, a full-fledged patch member. The climax of this chapter delves into the intricacies of life as a Hells Angel. Chapters are like extended families, and each member has a role to play. Club meetings, held behind closed doors, are where decisions are made, and the code of silence is upheld. These meetings are a cornerstone of the club's identity, shrouded in mystery and surrounded by myth. Members live by a strict code of conduct, which includes unwavering loyalty to their brothers, a commitment to the club's values, and a willingness to do whatever it takes to protect the club's interests. The climax is a revelation of the sacrifices and dedication required to bear the patch. As members rise through the ranks, they take on greater responsibilities within the club. The resolution of this chapter uncovers the hierarchy and structure that govern the Hells Angels. There are presidents, vice presidents, and various other roles, each with its own set of duties. Chapters are interconnected, forming a vast network that spans the globe. The resolution also reveals the club's involvement in charity work and community outreach, shedding light on the dichotomy of the Hells Angels, a group known for its outlaw image but also for its contributions to society in surprising ways. Behind the patch lies a world of complexity and contradiction. The Hells Angels are not merely rebels without a cause, they are a brotherhood with a deep sense of loyalty and a code of honor that guides their every action. The finale of this chapter is a reminder that the Hells Angels are more than just their reputation, they are a group of individuals who share a profound bond, living by their own set of rules and values. As we move forward in this exploration of the Hells Angels' history, we'll continue to unravel the layers of this enigmatic club, exploring their changing dynamics and their impact on the world around them. The journey behind the patch is far from over, and there's much more to discover. Chapter 5: Changing Gears, Modern Challenges, and Global Expansion. As time marched forward, the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club found itself navigating new terrain. In this chapter, we explore the club's journey into the modern era, marked by both challenges and global expansion. The roar of their engines resonated far beyond their California roots, and their impact on the world continued to evolve. The Hells Angels were no longer confined to the streets of California, they had embarked on a journey of global expansion. Chapters sprang up across the United States, Europe, Australia, and beyond. The distinctive emblem of the club became a symbol recognized worldwide, signifying both reverence and apprehension. Imagine the Hells Angels, clad in their leather jackets and riding their Harley-Davidsons, rolling into new territories. They brought with them not only their outlaw image, but also their unique culture and brotherhood. This era marked a crescendo of their global reach, a testament to their enduring appeal. The climax of this chapter centers on the modern challenges that the Hells Angels faced. As they expanded globally, they encountered new legal hurdles, intensified law enforcement scrutiny, and heightened rivalries with other outlaw motorcycle clubs. The club's involvement in criminal activities, particularly in the realm of drug trafficking, drew the attention of law enforcement agencies across the world. In response to these challenges, the Hells Angels adapted, becoming more sophisticated in their operations while maintaining their commitment to their core values. The climax reveals how the club's image evolved from a rebellious counterculture group to a global criminal organization in the eyes of many. With increased law enforcement pressure and the incarceration of key members, the Hells Angels saw a decline in their influence and membership in some regions. The resolution of this chapter illustrates the club's resilience as they weathered these storms. They adapted to new circumstances, continued to expand globally, and fought to maintain their identity despite the odds. While the challenges of the modern era tested the Hells Angels, they remained an indomitable force, continuing to ride on two wheels of rebellion even as they faced increasing scrutiny from the authorities. As we conclude this last chapter, we're left with a sense of the ever-evolving nature of the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. Their journey from a small California club to a global phenomenon is marked by both triumphs and tribulations. The club's legacy is a complex tapestry, woven with threads of rebellion, brotherhood, controversy, and adaptation. But this is not the end of the road. The Hells Angels continue to ride into the future, facing new challenges and leaving an indelible mark on the world. Thank you for diving into the world of words with us. If you had a blast exploring this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share the bookish love with your friends, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing 5-chapter adventures.